Welcome to the Happy Humanoid's Perspective, where your beliefs are challenged, thoughts provoked, and where you may find your happy place whether you like it or not.
And here are your hosts, Edith and Miles. Woohoo!
Woohoo!
Booty-hoo!
Woohoo!
Welcome everyone to our show. My name is Miles Keever, and I'm an Access Consciousness Certified Facilitator. And I'm joined here by my lovely co-host.
Yes, my name is Edith Ball, and I am an Access Certified Facilitator as well.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! Good night, good day, everyone. Hello. Coucou.
Coucou!
Bonjour.
Bonsoir.
Yeah, bonjour, bonsoir. Et bienvenue, and welcome to this 54th show, The Dynamics of Order and Chaos.
Mm-hmm.
What do you have to say?
Quite an interesting class tonight. We just had finished the foundation class with Gary, and most of the, well, I'd say a large part of the weekend or the week, 4 days, was about the dynamics, or not dynamics, but the order and chaos, and how we may use those in ways that we're not aware of. Like maybe we've defined order and chaos, and maybe it's the opposite of what it appears to be. But tonight we're going to talk about order in a different way and chaos in perhaps a different way that you may not be aware of. So have some fun with us tonight, and let's get started.
Yeah. So, well, in this reality, order is what we're supposed to achieve. The order is what we're supposed to do. Mm-hmm. You know, it seems like we have to be correct. We have to be fair. We have to be, and all these classes, how to be rich in 5 steps. Mm-hmm. Or, all of that, everything that has to be, that has to deal with the control. When you want to control your food, you want to control your emotion, your thought, your emotion, all of that, this is order. We try to fit in something that is often outside of us. Mm-hmm. And in order to do this, well, we create order in our body, we create order in our life, and we try to be a certain way. Mm-hmm. So, this is order. The illnesses in the body, it's order. Mm-hmm. The thing is, we believe in this reality that if we become a certain way, if we align and agree with a certain way of being, this is the way to succeed in our life. Is it true? Does that work for you, all of that? That kind of order?
Not so much.
Yeah, not so much for me either.
A lot of striving.
It should work. It should, because that's what we've been taught about having order and structure and having our ducks in a row. That's all about order and defining what it is that we need to do, and having a plan, having the lists, creating this very structured, very practical way of doing our life and figuring things out. And this is really quite a, I'd say, a wake-up call for me to recognize that I tend to try to put things in order, not to be organized, which is something different we'll talk about, but and putting it in order, which means defining it, having a plan. The idea that I need to know the steps beforehand. Before I need to know where I'm going. I need to have a plan. I need to have things planned out for me before I make the first step or something like that. And this is really interesting for me to begin to work that muscle and to really see how those ways of me trying to put things in order and trying to have a plan is a way to basically stop any creation that's happening. And it's amazing how creation sort of slips in there somewhere. I mean, creation of something that I desire, not so much, I still create. It may not be something that I desire, but even I'm my own worst enemy, and despite myself, I can still create something that I like, but it may not be near as easy or with as much ease as if I allow chaos in my life and to eliminate the order. Because it's like chaos is like this wild bronco bull that we can ride. We can't control it. We can't necessarily even guide it where it's going to go. We just sort of jump on and try to hang on as best we can for as long as we can. And this is the place in which say creation is made. It's like from that space of just going along for the ride and enjoying what's there. So yeah, like you were saying, like any kind of disease that we have or any kind of health issues with our body, it's just the resistance against chaos. It's the resistance to try to put in place order. And when I was a little kid, I had a small creek behind my house, and there was a little, it was a small body of water. It was just like a creek. If you don't know what a creek is, it's just a small stream of water. And every so often, there was like clay that was sort of in the ground, and I would build this dam and try to maintain or trying to contain this stream. And I got a PVC pipe, and I was very much an engineer and figuring out how to make this dam and contain the dam. But inevitably, the water would rise up, and it would find its way into the fault lines of my dam that I created. And that's kind of what it is when we create a order. It's like trying to stop the creative process, trying to control something that's very alive and energetic and uncontrollable and undefinable. And that's the chaos in the world. And it's not like the chaos that we may think about as like the Tasmanian devil, like the chaos of that. It's like everything is just destroyed and everything is out of control. And it's true, everything that isn't in alignment or not in alignment in the allowance of chaos is destroyed. Everywhere that we're not allowing an allowance of the chaos to contribute to our lives, will you please destroy and uncreate all of that times a godzillion?
Yes, right and wrong, bad, but fuck, all nine shorts, bows and beyonds. Yeah, the chaos is your awareness. Mm-hmm. The chaos is the infinite being you truly be. The chaos is what required to create magic, to create miracle. The chaos is your body functions from chaos. Your being, mm-hmm. your infinite being, your being functions from chaos. The planet functions from chaos. So just imagine the damage we create to the earth when we try to order our life, when we try to order ourselves. So when we allow ourselves to be in the chaos, and the chaos, well, in this reality, chaos is about disorder, is about disruption, destruction, mm-hmm. and it's about havoc.
Havoc, yeah. Wreak havoc
yeah.
in the world.
Yeah. So, and the thing is, it's really the chaos is about new possibilities. Mm-hmm. It's like a woman who is pregnant. Her body will go through a different shape, will change, will create something, some new energies. This is what chaos is. It's about chaos will always create something, a new possibility for something mm-hmm. greater as well when we allow it as well. So everywhere. And one of the things, because I did a few calls lately with Access about chaos and order, I was curious about what people were thinking about that. And one of the things that comes back often when people don't allow the chaos, it's because they're afraid to lose control. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but what if the control is what creates the limitation in our life? And in this reality, we believe that if we control everything, that everything will be fine. And if we try to create a stability, which is order, we order, not hoarder, but order. Mm-hmm. We create, when we create stability, we create order in our life, and we create limitation. Can an infinite being be stable? No, cannot. So how much poo, and poo is or are the point of order, which means every places in your life, every space is where you try to create order, everywhere you stop yourself. So how much poo are you using to create the order you are choosing? And everything that is will young create and destroy it all times a godzillion.
Yes, right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pocket, online, shorts, boys and beyonds. Yeah, order, trying to, like either you were saying about control, it's like using order to try to control something. And in order to control something, we have to be judgmental. We have to create a distinction about something. And that's where we put in place order. We're trying to define what it is that we are looking at or exploring. It's just like we're trying to put it into some sort of a definition of how we can continue to judge it and place it somewhere in our world. All of the thoughts, feelings, and emotions are all about order and creating order. And now the order is different than organization. Organization is, it's not so much order as it is knowing where things are in your world, knowing how your desk is placed. And chaos in this reality's definition can be like disorder, like unorganized, but that's not really the same as order. So organization is really about having a space to where you can create your life with ease, knowing where things are, not having a lot of open-ended projects well, I wouldn't say projects, but I would say like just knowing where things are, like having your life to where it works easily for you.
Yeah, is where you want everything to work.
Yeah, because I sort of retracted my thing about having open-ended things, because if you're a humanoid, you've already got like 15 things that are not complete.
That's
and
right.
That's fine. So not about that, but just like if things are a mess in your world or your life or whatever, that's not really helping. That's more disorder, and you want to be organized, and which is different than order. So everywhere that we are using the disorganization of our life and living and using that as a way to not create our life by calling it chaos and justifying that as the way we create, will you destroy and uncreate all that times godzillion.
Yes, right and wrong, good and bad, puck and pot, online, shorts, boys and beyonds. An organization as order and chaos.
Mm-hmm.
We talk a lot in Access about chaos, because we try so much to order our life. And we are chaos, and of course we are the coherence of chaos and order at the same time, because if we were just chaos, it will just be like some kind of turmoil. Order will allow ease to allow things to move forward.
Mm-hmm.
And the coherence of chaos and order will allows things to be to actualize. Yeah, I would say it this way, to actualize in a greater way, I could say. Yeah. So and the that's the thing. The order is more about, we don't want anything to change. We want the change. We want the thing to be the same.
Right.
Yeah, that's the order. And how many time in this lifetime people try to change something, and they try to change it from judgment, and they try to change it from conclusion, because judgment, conclusion, decision, computation, projection, rejection, expectation, and rejection. Did I say it? Rejection? Separation?
Well, probably need to say it twice.
Yeah.
Just to make
And
sure we got it.
separation, it creates order. So the more you judge yourself, the more you try to order yourself.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to change something in your life, it's about asking the question, How much chaos can I instill in my life that will create what I desire to create?
Mm-hmm.
How much chaos can I instill in my life to create ease in this? How much chaos can I, well, we hear instill, can I add into my life to open up to something new? Those are the kind of questions that you use with the chaos and everything that doesn't allow that, of course, yeah. So how much chaos can you instill into your life to open up to who you truly be? To stop lying, to open up to truly be, and everything that doesn't allow that. Well, and create and destroy it all times a godzillion.
Yes, right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pocket, all nice shorts, boys and beyonds. It's very interesting to think about. So what does that look like? Creating chaos or being in the space of chaos and creating our life. And one good example for myself I have is I worked with this person for a couple of years, and this person was extreme humanoid and was like the Tasmanian devil of creation. Wasn't like, didn't have much as far as the way in I sort of say organization, but organized in his own way, and amazing at creating stuff, just amazing. And I could see where I was stuck. I can look back at it now, and to see where I was so stuck, because I could see how he was creating his life and creating all these great things, and he was doing all this stuff, and I was kind of in a role there to support that or to carry out some of his requests and to do things. I was employed by him, so it was like my job was he had these ideas, and then I would like try to make those come to fruition, and it was so I could see the resistance that I had about that, because I was a lot about, and still am, about order and having structure and having a plan. And he was completely not that. Not about, he would like have this idea, oh, let's do this. And then it would so much rattle my world that it was like there was no structure to it at all. I mean, it was just like out of craziness, and we'd be trying to make this stuff happen. And my justification was, well, it's easy to have an idea, but it's really difficult to make it happen. And there's some truth with that, but there's also a lie that creation doesn't have to be difficult. Creativity and chaos don't have to be a big deal. It can be easy. It can be fun. It can be something about just creating something from nothing. And what was difficult was my resistance to allowing myself to get caught up in this chaos. And yeah, it was very much of a challenge for me, and I was able to see that more recently now because of that. And how do you get out of the space of like the judgments and the justifications and saying why something won't work is by asking questions, asking questions like you were saying about these questions, about just coming to a space of, what's it going to take for this to come into fruition, or what's it going to take for me to allow this to happen? And in that space is where we can begin to ride the wild bull of chaos and create my life from that space and not from order, and have so much more show up for me. And it's just really about asking questions and being in the question, and not just asking questions like in the morning, but more also just being in the question, like whenever that I get stuck or wherever I see myself in conclusion, just asking, okay, what else is possible here, or what is it that I'm not willing to receive? And those some of the basic questions. So everywhere that we resist the creative, chaotic expression of this universe as a way to keep yourself small through justification, acknowledgement of why things won't work, will you please destroy and uncreate, all of that times a godzillion.
Yes, right and wrong, the bad, pot, talk, all nine shorts, blows and beyonds, and all the oath, vow, swearing, cumulaties, fealties, commitment, blood oath, promises, contract, the add in all times and dimensions, spaces, and reality that maintain you in the order and prevent you from prevent you from opening yourself to the chaos that you truly be in, the possibilities that the universe offers you or is ready to offer you. Will you now uncreate and destroy it all times a godzillion?
Yes, right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pocket, online shorts, boys and beyonds.
And that's the thing. Since I use, we heard about this, well, more about it when we were in the
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica certified facilitator, and since then I'm using these questions, chaos and order. And what I realize is when I work in my universe with me or with my client, when we ask the question about the chaos, it dissolves the energy, like in a subtle way, very soft, slowly. I won't say slowly, but surely it will dissolve, like, and open up like something. It's just not about, clear the limitation, but there's a presence, there's something there, there are possibilities that are there as well. And even the order, I realized that when I clear question about with the order, it seems like it creates something like much more than just removing the order. There's really like a magic into this. And and one of the questions you can use with the order is, how much poo am I using to create I am choosing?
Yep.
That could be like a basic question to create or to whatever you desire to destroy in your life. So that's the one of the question, the basic question that was used this weekend as well during the foundation class. So since have you had these lifetime where you had you were in religion, spirituality is about order, because spirituality, there are so many judgments. What is good, what is wrong, what is bad, what is right. And this is so much. And usually, well, for me, before Access, I was in spirituality, and I realized how much I limited myself with the spirituality. I was less judgmental of me before I began this spiritual world, I could say. That when I began the spiritual world, I began to judge. I began to become aware that, oh my God, this is right, this is wrong. And well, I was doing it before. Okay? I was not perfect, but the thing is, when
now maybe now you had more permission because you're doing it through spirituality. You're being judgmental through. So spiritual and yet judgmental. Being judgmental it's okay because we're being judgmental for a good cause. Okay. That's kind of the way I would justify that for myself.
I just want to say something here. I don't want to forget it. And since I use these order and chaos question, I realized this week that something where before I could easily react very intensively, I was not in that space anymore. I could see whatever was there. And I had the possibility to ask, okay, what else is possible? I was not going into this world, this universe of emotion and being trapped in this and being in reaction or in resistance. I was more like, okay, I perceive it, I know, I've become aware of that. So what question can I ask here? How much chaos can I instill here to change this or to become aware of that or to become aware of whatever I have to do? So this is really a great way to, if you desire to shift in a rapid way in your life, I invite you to use this question of chaos and order.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, to come back to this thing about the spiritual world, the spiritual lifetime you had, role that you had, or religious role, how many of us incarcerated ourselves in at that time in this lifetime in a role where we had to be a certain order, even it was called the order of a certain kind of nun or brother or whatever. So how many oath, vow, swearing, communities, fealties, commitment, promises, contract, blood oath that you had in all times, dimensions, spaces, and realities, and in which you incarcerated yourself, that created the order and prevent you from being who you truly be, and keep in place this rigidity in you and in your body and in your life. Whoa. And everything that is, well, uncreate and destroy it all times a godzillion.
Yes, right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Yeah, there's something I want to go back to. I'm not sure we've gone back to it, but there's something about there's a resistance to being in that space of chaos for me. Like there's like the fight that if there's, like, for example, if like sometimes Edith will coach me or we'll do some coaching together, and there's this sort of way in which I try to wiggle out of possibilities. Like I'll be in this space and I'll justify why I can't do something or won't choose something. I've already projected ahead. I've already justified or created the judgment of why something won't work. And that's really trying to keep that, whatever that is, in order. Whether it's through like money, like if we're having to try to figure out how to make money or try to figure out about some business plan or whatever that is, that's the way in which we stop ourselves. That's the way in which we try to function from order. And yeah, you can get results from order. I've gotten results from order, but it's just such a minimalistic way of creating. It's not, when I've created from the space of chaos, it's so liberating and freeing and exciting and energizing and fun. And creating from order is not that. It's more about structure, and it's heavy, and it's like something that you do. It's like working someplace that you don't want to work at. Maybe that would be an example of it. It's just that energy of heaviness. And it doesn't really create an expansion. It's more about contraction or staying the same or something else. And so what is that? What have we made so vital, valuable, and real about defending, fighting, and upholding the rule of order as a way to never create, as a way to never outcreate ourselves for all eternity? And everything that is, we just please destroy and uncreate all that times Godzillion.
Yes, right and wrong, good, bad, but talk, all nine shorts, balls, and beyonds. And how much chaos are you refusing, and how much order are you infusing?
Mm-hmm.
That maintains in place everything you desire to create, you desire to change. And everything that is, will uncreate and destroy it all times a godzillion.
Yes, right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pocket, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Cool.
You had some?
Yeah, it's about, I think, well, for me, the chaos is such a thing to, that allows us to move beyond wherever we are, and whatever we desire, whatever we keep ourselves in. The chaos is really a great way for us to just move beyond everything that we were, that we created, that we did. Yeah, and it's energetic, of course, because everything is about energy. And when we ask for the chaos, are you ready to ask for the chaos and open up to whatever will be, whatever will show up? And everything that doesn't allow you that, and everything that doesn't allow you to trust that it will always be for something greater, well, and create and destroy at all times of Godzillion.
Yeah, that's right. Wrong, good and bad, pot and pocket on shorts, bulls and beyonds. I wanted to equate this idea of order and chaos as something I just had an awareness of. It's like, probably Gary's mentioned this, but I didn't want to say it in my words, that order is more set up. The system of order is set up for humans. Humans work well with order. Everything stays the same. They can rely on the formula staying the same, or the structure is going to be there. It's always going to be that way. That's about order. And humanoids thrive in chaos, yet we haven't sort of caught up to the idea that that's our way of being. I think we're still stuck in the idea that we function from order. And it's just, I think we're on this cusp of like shifting from functioning from order to functioning from chaos, and that's where everything is just going to open up like crazy. And it's exciting because I think, like Gary has said, this thing about order and chaos is huge. This is one of the it's huge thing about that's happening in Access. And I see it now. It's just like this is the tools that are there, not the tools, but just the awareness of functioning from chaos and functioning from logic or order is really the distinctive difference between human and humanoids. So what would it take for us to acknowledge that our true way of being is in chaos, riding the wave of chaos, and to allow a dribble, a smidgen of order when required to have whatever shows up show up, and everything that doesn't allow that, everything that we're refusing to be, know, and perceive, will you please destroy and uncreate all of that times Godzillion.
Yes, right and wrong, good, bad, put, puck, on, and shorts, bows, and youngs. Yeah, all the thing in your life that don't change, it's because you function from order. So consciousness functions from chaos. The universe functions from chaos. So I will finish with this. How much chaos can you instill that will allow you to align and agree with consciousness and be the chaos that you truly be? And everything that doesn't allow that, will you now create and destroy it all times a Godzillion?
Yes'm. Right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pocket, all night, shorts, boys and beyonds. Well, thank you for joining us for our show tonight, and we will be back next week, and you can check out any upcoming events we have on our website, happyhumanoids.com, and also on our podcast page. If you've gotten this through iTunes, we have previous episodes of our podcast. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again next week. Thanks for listening, and please give us a honk of support by subscribing, commenting, and sharing the show with your friends. Or, if you didn't like the show, please share it with your enemies. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again next week.
Thanks, everyone. Good night.